You know, most men miss the signs not because they're blind, but because they're not trained to see what a woman is silently screaming with her body. Let's start with something that seems simple: eye contact, but it's not just any eye contact. This is the kind that lingers just a little longer, the kind that locks in and doesn't look away too quickly. It's eye contact paired with a certain kind of smile, a slow, deliberate smile that curves at the corners of her lips like she's thinking something she's not saying. It's not the polite smile she gives to a cashier or a coworker. No, this is different. This is the kind of smile that invites you into a private conversation without a word. And if you don't pick up on it, she'll know you're either clueless or not confident enough to take the lead. A woman who holds your gaze is showing confidence and comfort. That's not something she does with just anyone. When she locks eyes with you and doesn't flinch or pull away, she's testing how grounded you are as a man. Are you going to look away awkwardly? Are you going to fumble your words? Because if you do, she'll know you're not ready for the energy she's offering. And trust me, that kind of eye contact isn't thrown around casually. When a woman finds you attractive physically, mentally, even energetically, her eyes will tell you before her mouth ever does. And when that eye contact is followed by a smirk or a little bite of her lip, that's her broadcasting that she's not just enjoying your company. She's thinking of what it might feel like to go further, but there's more to this than just the eyes. Think about the way she uses them in rhythm with her body language. A woman who's feeling that level of chemistry will start sinking her gaze with subtle movements, tilting her head slightly, exposing her neck, softening her posture. Why? Because those are instinctive feminine signals of openness and vulnerability. And when a woman combines that with steady, sensual eye contact, it's not just a green light. It's her placing the key in your hand. She wants you to unlock what's building between you two. The real question is, are you reading her correctly, or are you stuck in your own overthinking? The trick here is that she's not going to spell it out. Hi, Val, you woman doesn't say, hey, I want you to ck me. That's not how feminine energy works. She suggests, she hints, she teases. She lets you feel it in the silence, in the looks, in the space between words. If she's giving you that long, melting look across the room or during a quiet pause in the conversation, and you feel that electric tension rising, don't dismiss it as imagination. That's a real moment, and if she smiles after holding your gaze, it's her way of saying, yes, I see you, and I want you to see me too. This is why some guys get played while others get chosen. The ones who are emotionally aware, who know how to read these signs, they move with confidence. They respond not by jumping into something crude or aggressive, but by matching her energy, deepening the conversation, leaning in a little closer, letting the tension rise. A woman needs to feel like you're not just reacting, you're leading. If she gives you that look and you know what it means, your response tells her everything about what kind of man you are. Will you pretend it didn't happen? Will you freeze and get nervous? Or will you rise up, stay present, and let the chemistry unfold naturally? And here's the thing about women. Once she shows you that level of attraction, she's not doing it just for sport. If she's maintaining eye contact in a way that charges the air between you, she's mentally exploring what it would feel like to be closer to you, physically, emotionally, sexually. Her imagination has already gone there. She's already fantasized about it. She's watching to see if you're man enough to handle the fire she's ready to share. Don't mistake shyness for disinterest either. Some women will hold that eye contact and look away quickly, but then glance back again when she thinks you're not looking. That back and forth, that flickering tension, that's her battling her inner voice and desire. She wants to be pursued, but only by the right energy. She'll test you subtly. She wants to know if you'll step into the moment or retreat like every other guy. When a woman does this in front of you, when she holds your gaze, softens her face, and lets her smile linger, understand that she's giving you a choice. She's opened the door to intimacy without saying a word. She's not asking you to act on impulse. She's asking you to read the room and make a move with clarity and confidence. This is where attraction turns into connection and connection into seduction. If you can't feel what's behind her eyes, you'll always miss what she truly wants. But if you can match her unspoken energy, you won't need her to say anything at all. Sometimes a woman doesn't need to tell you with words that she's into you. Her body does the talking. One of the clearest signs that she's not just interested, but expecting things to go further, is when she starts getting physically close in ways that aren't accidental. This isn't about bumping shoulders or casual hugs. This is about intentional closeness, her invading your personal space without apology. When a woman finds ways to lean in while talking, brushes her hand against yours when laughing, or sits closer than necessary, especially when there's plenty of space around, you're not just imagining things, she's signaling interest in a way only women who want more will ever dare to. And it's not just proximity. It's the way she touches you, the spots she chooses, the softness in her fingers. Women are highly aware of touch and boundaries. When she begins to close that gap and touches your arm, plays with your necklace, adjusts your shirt collar, or rests her hand on your knee, it's not innocent. She's testing how you respond to her energy. She's making sure you know she's not putting herself this close for no reason. And here's the truth, women don't touch men they're not attracted to unless it's strictly platonic, and you will feel the difference. Her touch will linger. Her fingers will glide slowly rather than pulling away quickly. That's her subtle seduction in motion. Now if you brush her back lightly and she doesn't flinch or pull away, or she giggles and leans in closer, she's giving you permission. If she leans into you during conversation, lowers her voice to almost a whisper, or plays with her hair while moving her body toward yours, she's drawing you in. That's the feminine energy inviting the masculine to act. This isn't random flirtation, it's deliberate. She's opening the door and waiting for you to walk through it, but some men still think it's just friendliness. That's the mistake. You have to understand, women are subtle for a reason. She won't tell you, "I want you," directly. Why? Because she doesn't want to feel like she's giving herself away easily. She wants you to read the situation and make the move without her having to spell it out . The moment she begins to blur the physical boundaries between you, especially in private or intimate settings, she's already imagined going further with you. She's setting the tone. Now it's up to you to respond confidently, not clumsily. And this leads into a more obvious but often misunderstood sign, when she starts steering the conversation towards sexual topics, but with a playful, teasing tone. This is huge. If she begins to joke about bedroom preferences, makes innuendos, or teases you with lines like "I bet you're trouble," that's not casual banter. She's testing how comfortable you are with sexual energy. If she wasn't interested, she'd avoid such topics completely. But when a woman is sexually attracted to you, her mind starts playing out different scenarios, and her mouth begins to flirt with the idea softly, slowly, without ever being vulgar. This kind of teasing is a dance. She'll throw a suggestive line out and watch how you react. Do you shy away and act nervous? Do you freeze or change the topic? Or do you smile, hold your frame, and flirt back with confidence? Your reaction tells her whether you're capable of matching her energy. A woman who's expecting more from you isn't doing this to mess with your head. She's doing it because she's already mentally undressing you. She's checking if you can handle her raw side, if you can remain composed when things heat up, even just in words. Some women will go even further. They'll start to talk about fantasies not directly, but in ways that feel like testing waters. Have you ever tried, or I've always been curious about, this is not small talk. This is her curiosity surfacing, her comfort rising, and her walls dropping. She's not just sharing, she's giving you insight into how far she's willing to go with you if you handle it right. Now here's the key part. A woman who wants you will combine both of these signs, physical closeness and verbal sexual teasing. She won't just talk, she'll move closer when she does it. She'll laugh at your playful responses while brushing your shoulder. She'll lower her voice when asking cheeky questions. These moments aren't scattered, they're layered together to build that unspoken agreement between you both. She's showing you she's open, and she's watching whether you rise to the occasion or shrink from it. Understand this clearly. If she's this physically close and this sexually playful, she's expecting something to happen. She's dropped enough signals to make it obvious without saying the words directly. This is her green light. This is her feminine way of saying, I want you to make the next move, and not forcefully, not aggressively, but boldly, clearly, and with full awareness of what she's already given you. If you ignore it, she'll take that as rejection, but if you read it right and respond in your masculine confidence, you'll meet her exactly where she wants you to be. Because by the time a woman crosses those physical and conversational lines, she's not thinking about if it will happen. She's thinking about when and how. Sometimes it's not about what a woman says. It's about what she suggests. When a woman starts dropping hints, adding layers of playful innuendo, or using her words to create just the right kind of tension, you have to understand she's not trying to have a casual, light-hearted conversation. She's sexualizing the energy between you, and that is never by accident. Women know exactly what they're doing when they tease, when they flirt with just enough heat to see if you can handle it. If she's initiating these kinds of interactions, she's already thought about being with you, and she's checking if you're tuned in enough to feel it. Now, how does this usually start? It's subtle at first. Maybe she makes a cheeky comment about how you smell, then grins in a way that suggests she's thinking more than she's letting on. Or maybe she makes a double entendre, something that has an innocent surface meaning, but a clear sexual undertone. She'll watch how you respond. That pause after she speaks, that's her measuring your reaction. Are you sharp enough to catch it? Bold enough to lean into it? Or do you shy away, treating it like a normal comment? If you miss the cue, she may laugh it off and move on. But in her mind, she's already recalibrating. She wants a man who gets the message without needing it spelled out. Some women will go further. They might joke about being trouble or ask provocative what if questions like, what would you do if we were alone right now? Wrapped in humor, of course. That's her strategy. She's shielding her desire in playfulness to protect her image, but also to see how grounded you are in your own masculinity. She's already feeling the tension, already imagining things, but she needs to feel safe with you. Not safe in a weak sense, but safe to express her sexual side without judgment or awkwardness. And let's be clear, women, don't sexualize conversations with men they're not attracted to. If she's comfortable talking like that with you, it means she's already crossed the line in her mind. It means she's already imagined what being with you would feel like. Women fantasize just as much as men do, but they express it differently. She may start talking about a movie scene that turns her on, or laugh about a wild experience a friend had. But she's not talking about someone else. She's talking about herself, while testing whether you'll judge her for it, or lean in closer with interest and maturity. What's interesting is how this verbal teasing often syncs with her body language. Her voice gets softer. She may tilt her head or glance at your lips when she makes a bold comment. That's not random. That's sensual energy being communicated in layers. When women talk in this way, they're not asking you to jump on them. They're asking you to step up emotionally and energetically. They're giving you permission to flirt back, to slowly build that connection, to let the tension rise without rushing it. This is where many men fail. They either ignore the signs or they respond too aggressively, breaking the delicate dance of desire. She doesn't want you to pounce. She wants you to understand what she's doing and play along with control and confidence. That's the difference between being bold and being reckless. When you mirror her tone, respond with your own playful edge, but stay calm and grounded. She feels the masculine strength she's looking for. She wants to be turned on, not overwhelmed. She's not giving you lines to use against her. She's giving you a lane to drive in. And how well you drive decides whether this goes further. At some point, she may even say things that are clearly provocative, mentioning how long it's been since she had a certain kind of night, or joking about being too innocent with a wink. This is her turning up the heat. She wants to see if you'll freeze or rise. She wants to feel like she can express that wild side of herself without regret. Because deep down, every woman wants to feel desired, but only by the man who can read her energy and respond with clarity, not confusion. And don't forget, women hate awkwardness in these moments. If she takes a risk and says something bold and you look shocked or get overly serious, the energy dies. But if you laugh, hold her gaze, and give her something equally teasing in return, the tension builds. That backhand, forth, that flirtation laced with heat, that's what gets her mind spinning. She starts thinking, this man gets it. This man knows what I want without me having to tell him. By the time she's bringing up these sexualized topics, she's not testing if she's interested. She's testing if you are confident enough to go there with her. If she didn't want something to happen, she wouldn't bring sex into the conversation at all. But when she does, and she looks at you with that knowing smile, understand this, she's not playing anymore. She's choosing. A woman doesn't always say what she wants out loud, but her body says it all, especially when she starts mirroring your movements and letting her eyes drift to your lips while you're talking. This isn't just innocent curiosity or casual behavior. These are subconscious actions rooted in deep attraction. When a woman starts copying the way you move, crossing her legs when you do, leaning in when you do, sipping her drink right after you, it's not a coincidence. That's her body syncing with yours, a primal signal that she's connected, emotionally engaged, and physically drawn to you. It means you've got her attention, not just mentally, but chemically, and when you've reached that point, she's no longer just listening, she's feeling. Women mirror men when they feel safe, when they are intrigued, and when the thought of being closer to you starts becoming a turn-on. It's the body's way of building connection without words. She might not even realize she's doing it, but you'll notice the signs. If you shift in your seat and she does too, or if you lean forward and she follows without hesitation, she's signaling comfort, openness, and desire. This is her body aligning with your energy, showing that she's on the same wavelength. And when the mirroring becomes obvious, especially in intimate spaces or private moments, that's her dropping her guard and letting attraction take control. Now combine that with a behavior that's even more revealing, when she starts looking at your lips. That moment when her eyes flicker from your eyes to your mouth and linger that asterisk is one of the clearest signs she's not just thinking about what you're saying. She's imagining what kissing you would feel like. That glance is loaded with sexual tension. Women don't just look at a man's lips unless they're feeling something. If she keeps going back to your mouth, it's because that barrier between conversation and physical intimacy is starting to blur for her. Her mind is wandering, her body is responding, and she's mentally picturing the next step. You'll notice this happens most often during pauses in conversation. You say something, there's a moment of silence, and you catch her eyes drifting down. That's the tension building. That's when everything slows down for her, and her imagination takes over. If you notice it and hold her gaze without rushing, without getting flustered, you amplify that desire. You're letting her know you feel it too, And when that silent exchange happens, when no words are spoken, but everything is understood, that's when she knows you're the kind of man who gets her. There's also a softness that comes over her in those moments. Her tone drops, her posture relaxes, she becomes more sensual without even trying. That's when you know it's not just physical, it's emotional. She's letting herself feel the attraction fully. She's letting her femininity respond to your masculinity, and she wants to see if you'll step into that space with her confidently, without fumbling the moment. If you do, the connection deepens. If you hesitate or doubt, the spark fades. Women are extremely sensitive to energy shifts, especially in moments of vulnerability. And the truth is, a woman who's mirroring your movements and checking out your lips isn't just flirting. She's hoping you'll recognize that she's ready for more. She's communicating in silence because that's how feminine energy works. She doesn't need to announce that she wants you. She just needs you to see it, feel it, and act on it with calm, grounded presence. That's when the real chemistry ignites, when you both understand each other without a single word. But the mistake most men make is second, guessing themselves. They see the signs, feel the tension, but doubt what's really happening. And in that hesitation, the moment slips. What they don't realize is that a woman giving you this kind of body language is not being subtle to be confusing. She's being subtle to feel desired, not exposed. She wants you to read her, not corner her. She wants you to sense the vibe, not ask for permission. And when you do that right, when you mirror her openness with your presence, that's when she relaxes completely because she knows you can handle her heat. So the next time you catch her mirroring your body, leaning in close and letting her gaze fall to your lips, know that it's not just flirting. It's a bold, feminine way of telling you she's open, she's curious, and yes, she's probably already thought about what it would be like to feel your hands, your mouth, your energy on hers. All she's waiting for now is a man who isn't afraid to act on what both of you already know. When a woman goes out of her way to spend time with you in a private space, where there are no distractions, no friends around, no excuses to leave early, and she stays, that's not a casual move. That's a calculated decision. Women are deeply aware of where they position themselves, especially when they're alone with a man. If she's willingly choosing to be alone with you, and more importantly, isn't in any rush to leave, then you're already in her intimate zone. And she's not doing that just to pass time. She's doing it because she wants something more to happen, even if she doesn't say it directly. It could be her suggesting to hang out at your place after dinner, or offering to come over and watch something, or saying she's just in the mood to chill. You have to understand, those words are not literal, that's code. No woman invites herself into a private space with a man she's not comfortable with, and certainly not with one she's not attracted to. If she's there, it's because she's already opened the mental door. She's already pictured how things might unfold. And when she chooses to stay, long after the conversation could have ended, long after the coffee's gone cold or the movie's over, she's doing one thing waiting for you to take the lead . This is where the difference between a boy and a man shows. A boy misses the moment. He assumes she just wants company or maybe even thinks she's just being friendly. But a man, he reads the energy. He sees the way she's looking at him, the way she's not pulling away when he moves closer, the way her body stays turned toward him. A woman staying in your personal space with no signs of discomfort or urgency to leave is her way of saying, I trust you, I want to feel more, but she's not going to say, come touch me. That's not how feminine energy works. She invites not commands, and the invitation is wrapped in subtle behavior. She might take off her jacket and get comfortable. She might tuck her feet up on the couch, sit closer than before, maybe playfully nudge you or rest her head for a second. She's not testing the seat. She's testing the mood . She wants to feel your masculine response, not just hear your words. If you hesitate, or worse, if you start overthinking, she'll feel it, and when that shift happens, she might second-guess herself and shut down completely. Because what she's really hoping for is that you'll feel her energy and confidently act on what's already clear. In those moments, it's not about being aggressive, it's about being intentional. You move closer not like a predator, but like a man who knows he's desired. You touch her hand, hold eye contact, see if she leans in. You don't ask, "Can I kiss you?" You let the tension speak. You take your time, but you take action. That's what she's waiting for. She wants to feel wanted, not through pressure, but through presence. She's already made her choice by staying. Now she's waiting to see if you'll meet her there. What most men don't realize is how deliberate women are with their presence. If she didn't want you to make a move, she wouldn't be there. She'd have left, come up with an excuse, or never agreed to be alone with you in the first place. Women don't gamble with their safety or their dignity. If she's still around after hours, if the vibe is intimate, and she hasn't created any space between you, she's giving you more than a green light. She's practically handing you the keys. All you have to do is step into the role, and yes, sometimes it's even more obvious. Maybe she changes into something more relaxed. Maybe she lays back on your bed or stays in the kitchen a little too long after a late night. Maybe she doesn't even mention the time. These aren't forgetful actions. These are signals. These are moments designed for you to notice, to act with courage, and to move in sync with what she's already been feeling. She wants you to make her feel feminine, wanted, claimed, not through words, but through your energy and your touch. At that point, she's no longer wondering if she wants it. She's wondering if you do. She's giving you space, offering her presence, staying longer than needed, not out of boredom, but because she's giving you time to recognize what's unfolding. And if you fail to read that, she won't fight for it. She'll withdraw, not out of anger, but out of disappointment. She gave you a moment that could have led to everything, and you missed it. But when you get it, when you match her calm, seductive energy with grounded, masculine leadership, everything aligns. No confusion, no awkwardness, just a natural unfolding of what both of you already feel. And in that moment, no words are needed. She came, she stayed, and you finally understood exactly why.